Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to have a little fun project. We're going to make these little 3D bandsaw reindeer. And this is a pretty simple project I found on another YouTube channel. I don't recall exactly where I saw it, but they made these and they said, oh, you can go download the plans. Well, I went there and I went to download the plans and they want you to pay for them. And well, I'm kind of cheap, so disregard on that one. But I found this template online. It took a little bit to try to figure out the dimensions of it, but I'll try to post a link to it so that you can play around and get your dimensions and scales right. But once I got it right, I put it up on a piece of 2x4, and that's what I cut this one out just to see if it would work, and it did. So today I'm going to use this piece of cherry. And the way this is going to work is you have your wider template, which is your side profile, and you're just going to glue it to the wood. In my case, I'm just using just some basic spray adhesive. And then the front profile is going to go on the shorter edge here, and that'll give you this face. Now this piece of wood that I'm using, very simple. It's 2.5 inches wide, 1.5 inches thick, and about 7 1/4 inches long. And you can use any kind of wood you want. I just have this cherry laying around. I love cherry to work with it, so we'll give it a shot. When it's all glued up, it should look something similar to this. You're going to have your front side profile, your front profile. We'll get on the bandsaw and we'll get to cutting. Now, the trick to this is this area here and this area here, you can hack away all you want to with it. It doesn't matter. This side profile, you need to keep it as close to one solid piece as possible on both sides. Because when you go to make your side cut, you're going to attach these two back together, and I'll show you more in detail when we go to the bandsaw, and glue it back together. And then over here, you can just hack away all you want to on this part. But this is critical that you keep this part together. So that's what we're going to do now. We'll get set up on the bandsaw and get to cutting. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so now we're over at the bandsaw and we've got our block here glued up, or with our template glued up on our block. I think most of you guys seen my old trusty 12-inch Craftsman bandsaw. It's a 40 years old bandsaw that I picked up several years ago on Facebook Marketplace. It's done me well. You don't need a big bandsaw for this project. You could probably even get by with a good scroll saw. But a little tabletop bandsaw will be perfect for a project like this. But this is what I got. And what we'll go ahead and do first off is we'll go ahead and we'll cut out this area here. These two spots. Get those cleared up out of the way. Like I said, you can cut these out. Just get rid of them however you want. But this area along both sides, we're going to need to try to keep it as much in line in one single piece as possible. So when we go to tape it up to cut the front, it'll need to be matched back up together. So let's get on the bandsaw and get started. So here it is. We've got it cut, the edges, the centers cut out. We got rid of that and we saved the outside. This is what I was saying. So you're now going to be able to see you'll have a side there, a side here, and now you can start seeing this three-dimensional shape that it's coming out to be. So you want to save these two sides, because now we're going to come back and we're going to tape all this back together. So stand by and we'll do that, and I'll be right back. All right, we've got it taped back up, and I went ahead and traced the outline over the top so I can see it better when I'm cutting. But now we'll essentially basically start whacking away at all this waste now. This side doesn't matter anymore, and it doesn't matter what way you can chop this up any way you want to now, as long as you don't chop into this primary part here. We'll start up here around the antlers, since that's kind of the more difficult area to get, and more easily you can damage the antlers. This is a more fragile area. Then we'll come down here and work around this area, and then we'll just kind of start hacking away at the sides. But that's what we'll do now. Okay, so this is it cut out. We'll start peeling away the layers here. Our front half and our back half. Clean up around the nose, but anyway. That's it, little three-dimensional reindeer on the bandsaw. Pretty simple little project. We'll clean it up on the sander and throw some oil on it, and it'll be ready to go. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, so here's the finished product after I got off the bandsaw. What we'll do now is we're gonna basically put some oil on it here. I got some boiled linseed oil that I typically use as a finish. I wanna tape off the antlers. I'm gonna get them taped off. I want to leave the antlers natural and then put the boiled linseed oil finish on this beautiful cherry as the body. I think what I'm going to do is put a small hook in the center here and use it as a Christmas ornament. This was this test example that I made first off with just a piece of plywood, or excuse me, a piece of 2x4, and then I stained the outside and then just kind of left the top natural. So I'm going to do something similar to this one, but since it's made out of cherry. So we'll get the antlers taped off and come right back. All right, now that I've got the antlers taped off so I can put the oil on it, we'll just give a good coating of oil here. If you guys are not, haven't used linseed oil, just be careful with it. Be liberal with it. You can put as much on as you want. This wood's gonna really soak it up, especially in the end grain where there's a lot of it here. Just a little safety tip: if you're using this, don't throw your supplies in the trash, your rags, your gloves, stuff like that. At least not right away. Let it sit a little while out and dry out. This stuff can be kind of flammable. I'd like to find somebody locally that makes natural boiled linseed oil, but it's a kind of a tedious process to make, and not something that I want to be making in my garage. But I'd love to find somebody locally that does make it. Again, like I said, just be liberal with it. This wood will soak it up, and then come back when we're done and we'll wipe off any of the excess. But I love this finish on most hardwoods, and I particularly love it on cherry, which is one of my favorite woods to work with and use. And I already screwed it up, so we'll have to come back and fix that. In the great words of Steve Rodriguez, mistakes were made. So looks like one of my little legs broke off here, so we'll come back and we'll fix this when we're done. So we'll take the other end, we'll wipe off a lot of the excess here, get it all cleaned up, find any spots that need a little extra oil. All right, let's get this tops off here. Get the tape off the top so you can kind of see what the antlers look like. The contrast between the oil finish and the area that's not finished. That's the kind of look I'm going for. Yeah. So we'll turn around this way and I'll show you the broken leg. But there we go. Beautiful contrast. I love the finished little sapwood down here at the bottom. But that's it. Like I said, I'll put a screw, an eye screw in the top. You can use it, hang it as a Christmas ornament. I think that's what I'm going to do with it. Minus this broken leg. You could also use it as a tabletop display, something like that. So anyway, I hope you guys had enjoyed the video and it's very informative, and have a great day.